Hello, and welcome to the Admissions Key VIP. My name is Debbie Cantor, and I'm one of the owners of North Shore College Consulting along with Amy Herzog. Today, I'm going to talk to you about academic planning. You might be thinking that now you're heading into your senior year, you don't have any planning left, but that's not true, and we'll discuss what there is that you need to consider. If you're watching this live and have any questions during the session, feel free to ask in the question and answer box. Or you can always ask questions in the Admissions Key VIP private Facebook group later. Now, let's get started. A student's transcript will be the most important piece of the college application, and probably even more now with the increase in colleges offering test optional policies. What you're seeing here is the way a college can communicate to us or to the applicants what they're finding most important in the application. So most colleges, you will see that the rigor of the secondary school record, your high school record, and your academic GPA are very important to the colleges. Your high school transcript is a complete record of the classes you have taken along with the grades you received in those courses. You'll be required to send in a high school transcript at some point in most every college application. Now, this is an example of one high school's transcript. However, yours might look different, but very similar information will be shared. Colleges want to make sure that a student meets the minimum requirements that the college has decided on. This is not necessarily what a student needs to graduate from their high school. Most colleges want to see more than the minimum required to graduate. For example, many colleges do not require a student to take a foreign language to graduate. However, a large majority of colleges expect applicants to have taken a minimum of 2 or 3 years of the same foreign language. So this chart is laying out what a particular high school's graduation requirements are, but then comparing it to the different colleges that you may be considering. So the highly selective colleges will be looking for more. Beyond what the colleges requires, they often also list what they recommend. In most cases, we are suggesting a student aim for the recommended courses and doesn't just settle on the required courses. Doing so will make you a more competitive applicant, and you can be sure many other applicants will be taking those recommended courses. You can find the recommended courses and the required courses on each college's website. It's important to check this information for each school you're applying to, since some colleges have requirements that you wouldn't expect. This is an example, as well as the slide before, of what a college might list explaining their different requirements. One example is that the University of California colleges require a full year of fine art from the same discipline, where most high schools only require 1 semester and some don't require any. When a college reviews a student's transcript, they're not simply looking at the number of A's or your overall GPA. So just to make sure you all know what we're referring to when we say GPA, GPA is grade point average. It's the average of every final grade you received during high school, and it provides a quick snapshot of your academic abilities. Your GPA is calculated by adding the score of all your grades together and then dividing by the number of classes you took. Some schools use pluses and minuses, while others do not. So each grade is worth the following on a standard GPA scale. And I know that some of you listening may not be on a 4-point scale, and we'll address that in just a moment. So you can see here an A is worth 4 points on a standard unweighted scale. An A minus is 3.67, etc. Each school might have a slightly different scale, so keep in mind if yours looks different, that's okay. When reviewing a student's transcript, the college will have access to each high school's profile explaining the grading system and what type of courses were available. There are usually two types of GPA, unweighted and weighted. Your unweighted GPA includes all coursework taken during every year of high school. Since each grade is assigned a numeric value, all A's would produce a 4.0 GPA on the traditional scale we just showed you. Yet an unweighted GPA does not give additional weight to honors or AP classes. So a 4.0 unweighted GPA may not help with an admission like you think it would. On the other hand, a weighted GPA considers the rigor of AP and honors courses. In a weighted GPA, AP and honors courses are usually worth an additional point. This is why some students have above a 4.0 weighted GPA, even if their high school uses a 4.0 grading scale. For example, an A in an AP course could be worth 5 points rather than the typical 4. But instead of trying to boost your GPA with easier honors courses, we encourage you to focus on taking honors or AP courses in the core subject areas, which is English, math, science, social studies, world language, which we'll get to in a few minutes. If your high school doesn't weight GPAs, don't worry. Colleges understand and will review based on your particular situation. So as we said, GPA does vary based on high school, with some using a 4-point scale and others a 5-point scale, an 8-point scale, a 100-level scale. And since each school grades differently, many colleges will come up with their own calculation for GPA and recalculate according to their own formula. Sometimes this formula will focus on core subjects or may not weight your honors or AP classes. For instance, California calculates sophomore and junior classes without factoring in freshman year classes into their recalculation. And only in-state California students or California residents are given an extra point for honors courses, while all students are given an extra point for AP courses. Keep in mind though, recalculating doesn't mean a college ignores the other pieces on your transcript. Just because PE may not be included in the GPA calculation doesn't mean that a college will ignore if a student received a D in gym. This can just say a lot about your character. Did you not follow the rules? Did you refuse to change into your gym uniform? So they will see all of your grades, just when they're doing the recalculation, they're not factored in. Besides just taking the basic classes that are required or recommended, students should consider the level of rigor. And in one of the first slides, we showed you that the level of rigor is very important to most colleges. Colleges like students to challenge themselves within what's available to them. If your school only offers a few honors or AP courses, you won't be compared directly to someone whose school offered 20 or more honors and AP options. This is when many students and parents ask if it's better to get an A in a regular level course or a B in an honors course. If you ask a college admissions officer this, they'll usually laugh and say they want A's in honors courses. The plain truth, though, is that all A's with no rigor won't get you into highly selective schools, and all honors with B's and C's won't get you into highly selective schools either. Here's when you need to find the right level of challenge for you. You don't want to take too many rigorous courses where you aren't able to keep up with any of them. Highly selective colleges and universities are going to place much more weight on what classes you chose to take during high school. If you're thinking about applying to one of these highly selective colleges or universities, you need to be taking the highest level of classes offered at your high school. The review of the transcript is not as objective as you might think due to some of these differences we talked about. Most colleges will have regional admissions officers assigned to particular areas. So regional admissions officers are experts in the requirements at high schools within their regions and are aware of which AP classes are considered easiest and what is available overall at the high school. This is where the school profile comes into play. Most schools will have the school profile somewhere on their website, and it's common practice that the school profile is sent to the college along with the student's transcript. So this is an example of part of a school profile for one high school. And you can see that this high school doesn't really offer any honors or AP options for ninth graders. And so a college will understand that. Note that in addition to the courses offered, the school profile can show the range of GPAs that their high school students have received. And even if the high school doesn't rank, they may share a table letting an admissions officer see approximately where a student may have fallen if they did rank. So this profile is showing the top 10% of students in the class received a 4.46 weighted GPA or higher, or a 3.93 unweighted GPA or higher. So a college could kind of guesstimate where you're falling in comparison to the other students in your high school. Beyond the requirements to graduate and the requirements and recommendations set forth by the college, students should also determine where there's room to try out new electives or take classes that align with their passions or interests. This is a great time to choose electives and courses based on college majors you're interested. This by no means suggests that you need to know exactly what you want to major in, but if you have some areas of interest in mind, use your high school electives to learn more about them and demonstrate your passion for those areas of study. When selecting which electives to fill your schedule with, it's smart to choose classes that are in or related to the career field or major you're considering. This will provide you with the opportunity to gain knowledge and skills in your field of interest. For instance, if you're considering majoring in graphic design, see if your high school has any design or art classes that you can take. This will help show admissions committees that you're thinking ahead and are ready preparing for your life as a certain major. Again, if your high school doesn't offer electives in the field that you may be interested, don't worry, colleges will understand. Usually by the time senior year rolls around, high school students are exhausted. While it may be tempting to plan a fun and relaxed course load for your senior year, now is not the time to take it easy. When reviewing application, colleges are going to look at the classes you take as a senior, even if they don't see the grades when you initially apply. Admissions committees want to see as much, if not more, rigor demonstrated through your class schedule for senior year. So we're telling you, you need to continue to challenge yourself. It will have significant payoffs in the end. So the ideal rule of thumb is to aim for 4 years of all 5 core academic courses. So again, those core subjects are English, math, social studies, world language, and science. So you should look back at your 3 years now and see if you're on pace to meet this. Have you exceeded the offerings in one core area? Did you miss one of those courses during one of your first 3 years of high school? If some students max out in a particular subject, for example, some students might finish up their foreign language by maybe junior year, they take all that's available within their high school, then they could maybe look at taking something else, but we do recommend that be another core subject. So you can work with your high school counselor to see what else you can take, what you can double up on. If there's nothing, could you take a community college or online course that can offer you either the next level of the subject that's not offered at your school, or something else that you can add in to your schedule if your high school is not offering additional options. Think about where your interests lie. Are you interested in a math major? This is an example of a math major. This particular student finished foreign language in junior year and didn't have any other junior year foreign language options, but they knew they want to be a math major, so they decided that they wanted to double up in their math classes. So here This student took AP Calculus BC as a junior, and then the next level was honors multivariable calculus. So they took that, and then because they didn't have a foreign language, they decided to add in AP statistics. So they have 5 core classes, 2 happen to be in math. So it's very possible, though, that the college is going to ask you for your first term grades. By first term, it could be quarter, it could be trimester, it could be semester, before they make a decision on your application. So when you're choosing these, you're not just going to double up or take the most rigorous classes. You have to make sure you're balancing your coursework to ensure you're going to be successful, and you're going to be proud when you share those senior year grades with a college. At any point in the process, a college may have you self-report your grades and classes rather than send official grades from the school. It's important to be 100% honest here. When you enroll in a college, they will ask for all of the official grades from high school. And if there's a discrepancy between what you self-reported and what is showing on the official report, you'll be questioned, and depending on the situation, you might see your offer rescinded. So this is an example of an application where a student, you can't see the beginning of this application, but the student had to report their GPA, and then they had to list the number of classes they took each year in these subjects. So these are the core subjects: English, social studies, science, math, world language. So another example where this application actually is asking you to list the exact course name, the level, if it was an honors or an AP, and the grade for each term. If you're on trimesters, you would see 3 options here to put 3 grades here. Also, mid-semester, sometimes these grades and courses need to be self-reported. So again, the lesson here is to be very, very accurate and not to lie and proofread, because you could make an honest mistake, but you don't want to be questioned, or you don't want them to think that you are intentionally misleading them. So with this information, as you are a rising senior, what can you do next? What should you do next? First, you should find and review your high school profile. It could be on the website, or you can ask your counselor to share that with you. Is there any surprises? We showed you where one high school was showing, even though they didn't rank, was showing the percentages of students who would fall in a certain GPA. You should take a look at the website for each college you're interested in and see if you're meeting their requirements and recommendations. If not, can you do anything at this point to adjust your senior year schedule? Can you take summer school? Can you change your schedule? Can you pick up a class? Can you take something outside of your high school? Could you get it put on your transcript? You will need to work with your counselor for some of that, your high school counselor. You want to make sure you review your transcript that comes out from the end of your junior year to look for accuracy. Are there any mistakes? Is there anything you're surprised or you don't understand? Take the time now to look at that so that you can talk to your school and have anything corrected if necessary. Then you want to see if there's room to add anything else into your schedule. Can you add an elective that follows your interest? Can you add anything in at all? Is there anything that you need to change? So that's really it for academic planning right now. If you have any questions at all specific to you or anything that we said here tonight, you can go to our Admissions Key VIP private Facebook group and ask that question. Amy, Melanie, and myself will all be monitoring that group to answer your questions. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you soon.